All right, so this morning we're going to do a process called dissolution, and it's a Magdalene process. So it's going to take us into a totally new body, totally new emotion, spirit, and of course, mind. All right, so let's begin by imagining that we are together in a huge field, someplace like Hawaii, like a lovely, lovely place. We can hear waterfalls in the distance, and we're just on this very soft, beautiful, mossy ground, and it's very warm. All right. So let's imagine that we're spreading out on this field, and we're lying down, and it's very safe. There's no creepy crawlies. It's just a very beautiful, wonderful space. And we begin to connect our body with Mother Earth. And we take nice, deep breaths. And every time we exhale, we feel like we're connecting more through our backs to the back of the Great Mother. Every breath deeper and deeper into the back of the Great Mother, so that we can actually feel connected to her from the top of our head where it's touching the earth, to the backs of our head, shoulders, down our back, all the way over our hips and legs and our heels. We're all just deeply aware of that absolute connection to the Great Mother. And in the dissolution process, what we're going to do is, system by system, we're going to actually merge so much with the earth that we dissolve that part of us and move into her body until all that's left is our bones, and then our bones will dissolve into her body. And then we will rebuild our body system by system. So we're first going to start with our skin and the deep layers of our dermis. I'm just going to imagine that our body parts that are right at the surface are beginning to dissolve into her body. And this process is so that we can actually restore balance and grace and communication between our systems and the alliance with all of our different hormones and substances, that our cerebrospinal fluid becomes clearer, that our circulation is better. Everything is going to be supported by dissolving and reassembling all of our minerals, and each system will gain clarity and beauty and strength from the earth's stability and her capacity to know harmony and balance in her own systems. So let's imagine that first of all, our skin is just dissolving as we breathe. We'll use our breath as a way to exhale and release whatever part we're working with. And then we'll just breathe into whatever is remaining in our body and then start to breathe that out. So imagine that our face, all the parts of us that we identify as skin and surface area and weight and all of that is just deeply released into the earth's structure and then goes more deeply into her core. And we're not concerned about where it goes as much as we're concerned that everything we're doing is to revitalize our full system and begin again. So we're letting go of all that we would consider to be our dermis layers. Now we're going to let go of our muscles. Just going to see all of the muscles in our body just being released into the earth and dissolved. Just take a few breaths and allow that dissolution. All of our muscles just relaxing into the earth and dissolving. And then we'll take our neurological system, all of our nerves, and we'll just allow those also to dissolve and be released into the earth. And then we'll begin to take different organs. Whatever organs you think of, dissolve them into the earth. We'll take our systems, our digestive system, dissolve that into the earth. Our liver. We want our clean liver to return to us, so we'll just dissolve our liver and our pancreas so that our sugar is going to be much more balanced. We'll dissolve our stomach and our duodenum and our small and large intestine. And our anus and our esophagus. We'll just dissolve all those parts that digest our food. Our spleen makes our blood cells. I'm going to let all of these parts just disappear into the earth. We'll do our heart, all of our veins and capillaries, atrium, ventricles, capillary system. Everything is just dissolving now. All of our hormones, all of our glands, all those systems, just dissolving. We can even begin to view ourselves from afar as we dissolve our eyes, anything that we still can see of ourselves, just disappearing it, letting it go into the earth in a deep, relaxed way of trust, the awareness that we're going to have everything more in balance as we proceed. And then we notice that we're just bone. See our skeleton lying there. You see everything just as a skeleton now. All of our beautiful friends, just skeletons. And the earth is breathing us in and out. And everything dissipates. All the patterns, all the things that we've carried, all the viruses and diseases and symptomatology and all the things that we have carried as our story. Everything is just absorbed and cleansed by the earth immediately. In her infinite wisdom, she knows how to bring us to harmony and balance easily and quickly. And so now we let our bones dissolve. We know we have our essence, but everything else just is sinking into the earth, being absorbed, So just for a moment now, we're just going to be with no form, no idea of identity or shape or weight or story. Free, open, designing only peace in each level of our consciousness. Opening to flow, to grace, to begin again, knowing that we are held in the grace of creation right now, and that as we reassemble each part of us, there is a divine perfection, a way forward, a way to heal, to restructure, and to clarify our choices, our wisdom, and our knowing, and bring all of that with us as we begin again. So just for a moment, have a conversation with the Great Mother, who is actually already speaking with you, and ask her for what you want, with the purity, the clarity, the strength, the divinity, the balance, the co-creation, whatever. Speak to her in your mind or out loud. Ask her for what you want, her assistance in creating. Now imagine that you can hold the hand of the Great Mother, and that together, with each breath, we are going to bring all that we truly are into this moment in time, into this place we've chosen to live and be. And with every breath, the balance and clarity, strength and wisdom will assist us to rebuild our physicality here in this earth plane. So first we are going to breathe our bones into being. So imagine that you can take your hands, the Great Mother, and from the source of creation, bring your bones into perfect alignment to lie again on the surface of the earth. So see your spinal column, the joints, all of the different parts, tendons. Everything is beginning to reassemble. You can see your toes now sticking up, your heels on the ground, strength of your legs, strength of your joints, the balance in your hips, the alignment of your shoulders, the perfection of your skull, the beauty of your arms and fingers. Just imagine that everything now is being recreated so that your bone structure holds the moment, the present. Everything else is gone, just the present is here. And the perfection of how the bones are organized for strength and stability. And then we begin to fill in around the bones. We have the fascia. We bring in the muscles now to hold the bones. We begin to recreate, open out, involve this experience of having the bones held in complete order. So we begin to see our toes, to see that we're actually bringing back the flesh and the muscles to hold our organs so that we have this beautiful aligned container. And in this aligned container, we can see the balance of our shoulders. Our hip joints are now balanced with the muscles to hold them in place. We see our thighs, our calves. All of the muscles of the arms, the back, all around our ribs. Now we feel this wonderful container balanced on each side. Our left and our right sides are completely in order and balanced. Our feminine and masculine are balanced. And as we breathe now, we can see ourselves forming our face, our eyes return, the clarity of our vision, the depth of our hearing, our taste, all of these wonderful opportunities to redo ourselves, building again from our sourcing. Now our heart begins to beat, and all of the arteries and veins are restored, and all of the fluid from the brain now begins to flow down our spine. We begin to feel our nervous system returning, our hormones and our balance and our chakras beginning to spin and open in different colors. Our digestive system, our procreative system, all of our systems now are very magically working in ways that we understand and don't understand. But we allow the mystery of our life force to fully open and balance us in ways that we know it can. And we establish in our full system now the return of creative function in every way. We open to the resources of the universe now and breathe in a breath of renewal, a breath of stability, a breath of ongoing beauty that flows through us. Of energy, whatever energy we need is being released through our system to uphold us and support us and uplift us. Every part of us is awakening to its highest function now. Regardless of the story of who we have been, we are now born anew. The Great Mother is still holding our hand, infusing us with energy and life, vitality, and health. And we breathe all of this in, our potential. We breathe it in so deeply that it inspires us and fills us with the truth of our oneness with all that is. And at any time we can breathe this truth in and feel renewed, expanded, and deeply held in this mystery of life. And now we begin the process of taking all of this wisdom, this beautiful experience, this deep awareness, and bringing it with us in this new body, in this new time, in this new moment. And we breathe it into being as we return to our original sitting place before we began the dissolution process. And before we open our eyes, we replace our wisdom body with the body sitting in the chair or on the couch. We feel them merging together. The past, the present, and the future. Sitting together now in this potential, this awareness of who we truly are as spirit in form. We take just a moment to make sure that we have merged these two bodies, the true body and the outdated body. And we settle into this new frame of who we are. And as we open our eyes, we see the world anew. And we see each person in their glory, in their majesty, in their absolute potential of health and well-being, balance, and true clarity of being. Seeing everyone in true amazement of beauty and grace, clarity and rebirth.